All right, friends, how are you today? It's Aaron here talking about some honest astrology. We're talking about the new moon coming up here on Friday the 5th. The 5th of April. New moon in Aries at 15 degrees. Now, in this one, we're going to talk a bit about where we've been and then get into where we're going and what this new moon is all about, right? So over the past couple of years, let's go back to about 2017. 2 years ago, right? We had Saturn up there in Sagittarius. We had the North Node in Leo. We had Uranus over in Aries. Uranus in Aries, Saturn in Sagittarius, North Node here in Leo. Right. This formed a grand trine for a good chunk of about a year. Between 2017 and the beginning of... it kind of ended in 2018, all right? Saturn moved into Capricorn. So this was a lot of fire energy. What is fire energy? Fire energy is the initiation, the spark of life. It is a masculine energy. All right. It's in Aries, it's the initiation. It's the start. It's the spark of the match. Okay. And in Leo, it's like the hearth that keeps on burning. And in Sagittarius, it's like it's a distant flame. You know, it's a star or it's something out there. You know, the information is out there beyond, you know, it's a light in the harbor or whatever. So this is our fire signs, okay? And this is about self. You know, Aries is about self. Leo is about ego. So Aries is all about, you know, fingers and toes, babies, all I know. And then Leo's like understanding my ego for the first time, you know, really getting to know who I am, who an Aaron Eschenberg is, you know, why do I like maroon or this jade, you know, red, you know, Aries. So fire. So we're understanding who we are. And then Sagittarius is like this otherworldly knowledge, right? It's the knowledge of what's out there, this other people's stuff that's going on. It's like, we can be bedazzled by this, you know? So we've had this amazing like forging of our tools kind of over the past 2 years. And all of this energy has shifted. So Saturn moved into Capricorn. Okay, it's home sign. The North Node moved into Cancer. The North Node moves backwards. The nodes of the moon move backward. So that moved into Cancer. And Uranus just moved into Taurus. So it's like we have these two major outer planets moved into Earth signs. And our North Node, which is like the dragon's head of communally where we're going, moved into Cancer, water sign, telling us to, you know, be more home at heart and, you know, intuitive and you know, more empathetic, you know, to try to feel what's going on, to feel it out there instead of being so closed off emotionally, you know, open up. So we've been forging this idea of who we are with Uranus over there that was in Aries. This was very rebellious. It was there for like 7.5 years. It was a very time of getting to know who I am, you know, like really, really deeply getting to know. It's a time when the relationships were very uneasy because it's like, well, it's, you know, not saying that relationships didn't sustain. Clearly they have, but there were just rockier times. It's like I'm rediscovering who I am, you know, and this is a volcano going off. All right. Now, that doesn't mean like out of anger or emotional volcano going off, but this is major eruptions happening. Okay. Uranus and Aries, major eruptions happening. The North Node was in Leo. It was just like, hey, I'm getting to know my voice, la 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 la, or my, you know, I'm done hiding in the shadows. I'm done playing the back burner role of my own life. You know, I'm the creator of this life. I'm the creator of this life. You know, so all of this energy is shifted. It's all shifted. It's all kind of moved. And then we had Jupiter, which was in Scorpio for a year. You know, that was a rough 2017 and 2018, really digging up and bringing things up from the surface that would, you know, sex, money, power, Scorpio. Of course, there's been a lot of movements that happened. That was things that were necessary to come to light. And that now it moved into Sagittarius, which is its home sign up here, Sagittarius. It's his home sign. So Jupiter's very happy being home in Sagittarius. It's just like, look, there's more knowledge, there's more information out there in ways that we can heal these traumas and ways that we can move past these things harmoniously together as a community. There's knowledge out there that we can focus on this knowledge and this new way of understanding instead of having to be stuck in with these old ties. Now, all of this shift, right? We have Uranus moved into Taurus, which this is now breaking the tradition. Very, very, very necessary. Okay, that was something that happened this year. It did it for just a few months last year, just jumped in and jumped back out as it retrograded. But now it's there for 7 years, okay? Really, really changing, breaking the ground, right? I made a good analogy there. I'm going to go back to that. When we're talking about anger and the volcano coming up when Uranus was in Aries. All right, follow me here, follow me. This is good. So with Uranus and Aries, and this is where the new moon is happening, so this is important. This ties in, I promise you. So this volcano erupting, let's look at the Hawaiian Islands, okay? Outside the ring of fire, the Hawaiian Islands, it's kind of a mystery, you know, it's kind of odd place to be. So boom, we have this volcanic eruption. That's a very Uranus thing, Uranian thing, this eruption, you know, lightning striking, the earth quaking, a volcano eruption. So it's very Uranus, very Uranian. And through that, then it settles. You know, there's this moment, aha, you know, I am Earth, I am Mother Earth, I am creating. And this creation comes in an instance, in a flash, okay? And there's lava, and then the lava cools by the ocean, right? So it's fire, and then this ocean water cools the fire. And then through the miraculousness of life, somehow, the spark of life, there's a plant that grows through this volcanic, you know, this ash, this rock-like lava now. And all of a sudden there's life growing through there. There's that spark, that initial crack, and all of a sudden, boom, we have a fruit-bearing tree. That came out of rock. That came out of this aggressive, you know, this aggressive eruption. And now when we look at it and we say, oh my God, it's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful places on the entire planet. So we see where we're going here. So through this eruption, through these self-breakthroughs, through this like deeper understanding of self, and sometimes, yes, they did come with anger. Sometimes, yes, they did come with relationships not working out, or businesses not working out that you were trying to do, or you really wanted to go do this thing, or you know, the eruption happened, and we found a sense of self. So now the energy is shifted. Uranus is in Taurus, breaking the traditions. Okay, cows are in rudders, meaning they walk the same path like ants, right? Ants, if you see ants, they just follow one after another, one after another. Now, they leave a scent so they don't get off their path. They do that on purpose, where cows just walk the same path generally all the time, which creates a path, and they just keep sticking to it. So Uranus in Taurus is really breaking this. It's breaking our old habits, our old mentality, our old traditions. Saturn and Pluto up here in Capricorn. Now hold on, I'll just go to, boom, there we go. So we have Jupiter up here, home in Sagittarius. It's been working its way through since November, okay? Here's the moon. Now this new moon is gonna happen at, look here, 4:50 in the morning. So by the time most of us wake up on Friday morning, this energy is very in place already. Of this becoming, of this stepping into. So here we have, you know, this transformative, make it real energy here. You know, Saturn is making it real, and it's karmic. You know, the chickens come home to roost. If you've been feeding them well and you're doing your homework, your due diligence, then they're coming home fed and happy. If not, then that's karma coming back and kind of biting us. So this is this transformation here. Transformative Pluto, very slow moving. Now this will be out of here in a year or so. This will be out of here in 2024, 2025. It's going to dip back and forth here in Aquarius. So this transformation stuff, and this, you know, and this is government and public image, self-image. So although Aries is self here, now this new moon, if you look here, 15 degrees, you see this red line. This is just enough. It's thinner here. See, this red line is thicker. That's because it's a more exact aspect. So this thin red line here means Saturn is still squaring this new moon. Okay. So this is the North Node down here, moved from Leo, learning and understanding self, coming over here to, you know, learning our ego, learning who we are, you know, to not hide ourselves in the world anymore, but to come out and be like, you know, the actor or the star of the show. Now the North Node is here in Cancer saying, yeah, take that power, take that energy and transmute it into emotional, empathetic, intuitive ways to communicate and be in touch, your inner world with your outer world, right? So, and we have, as we've been talking about for, the past couple of days here, all of this Pisces energy, which is sextiling over here to this Capricorn energy, says dream it, think it. This is dream it, have the idea, have the concept. This is think it, communicate it, speak it. This is my love, my passion. All the ooey gooey good things that we adore in life, things and people. And then it's the favorite place for it to be. And it's, she's getting closer every single day to Neptune here, which is just going to be a beautiful, 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 harmonious aspect in changing the way that we look at love and relationships. So all that Capricorn and all that Pisces energy is like this major reset that we've been talking about for a while. This major reset on creating a new life for yourself, a new vision of who you are in the future, of really letting the stuff go from the past, because it was necessary, right? It was all necessary to get us here now. It was necessary to be in the shadows, to be the kid, the wallflower. It was a necessary part of life to be the wallflower, to realize, oh, I can go out and dance and be free. I don't have to be the center of attention to go out and dance, but I can be free. I can move. I can go out there. I don't have to, shy my face from the light, right? So, fire energy. This is all changing. All this fire energy is changing. So this fire energy is like forging your weapon. It's preparing the meal. It's pouring the steel into the sword. It's creating the handle and all of this stuff. It's molten. It's still hot. So you're preparing. It's a preparation thing. And then the earth signs are what make it real, make it very tangible. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. This is what makes it very real. So this is very real time. And at 15 degrees, okay, so this is really interesting, that square, 15 degrees, this square to Saturn. Although Aries is that spark, right? It's that spark that breaks through. It breaks through to become that, the seed that sparked and broke through the volcanic, or the volcano, molten rock, whatever, and is now a tree. That is the spark of Aries, right? And Aries wants to go. It's like the firing gun. It's like, okay, and begin, whatever, or red light, green light, go. So it's squaring Saturn is like saying, yeah, go, but make sure you have everything kind of sorted. Make sure you didn't leave something behind. So we're not off these races, unprepared. Basically, we're not creating this new life unprepared. And that's what a lot of this Pisces energy is as well, is like all encompassing this knowledge, understanding, not just knowledge, but understanding. Something we've been talking about this past week, understanding, coming to an understanding of where I've been and where I'm going, so that I can truly be me, right? So this is like the universe has my back. I'm wearing the cloak of the universe right now. There is no, Pisces is this string theory, is this robe, the robe made out of one string. It's I am you, you are me, you are the microphone, the camera. There's nothing that is separating, my atoms from the atoms of the microphone, or my atoms from the camera, or from this cheeseburger, or the Eiffel Tower, or from a blanket, or whatever else it is, okay? It's everything. Just all-encompassing. It's all-encompassing knowledge. So Saturn squaring this new moon. We're not getting out of there without all of this knowledge and understanding. We're not just going to be like, okay, it's a new me, it's time to go, ha! And I'm out the door and I'm not looking back. It's like, no. We've done that. We've done these things before. We have a deeper understanding, and a deeper understanding of self, because this is what it's all about. Aries is about self. All about self, and that's not, that's completely okay. This is about self right now, and it's coming to a deeper understanding as well, that yes, there are answers out there. Jupiter and Sagittarius, there are answers out there. But it's just like seeking the shaman. Oh, the shaman is the holy person, or seeking the religion is for the answer for this, or seeking, and these are all wonderful things. Don't mistake that. But it's just like the answers come from within, your peace. So it's just like, okay, for prayer or anything, you can do it in a holy place. You can do it in a mosque, or a cathedral, a beautiful church, a sanctuary, or you can do it right here in your own home. You can do it, in your studio. You can do it in your bed. You can do it in your car driving to work. You can make that connection to self, to source, anywhere, anytime you want. So it's just like remembering this new moon is like remembering that we've got so much power. We have so much. Now, we're not talking about control. I can't control the weather, but I can control my perspective of it. And to bring it back to self. If I want to learn something, I can go, I can pick up my phone, Google it. This is not brought to you by Google. Or I can go pick up a book and read a book. So this is like very self-empowering right now. Not only self-empowering, but it's just like understanding the universe has your back, that there is this oneness, connectedness, that you're wearing the cloak of the universe, that you are supported on your journey, that you are not alone, that you are here, committed to this, commitment, Saturn. You're committed to this new change. Don't give up on yourself right now, right? Don't give up on yourself. Don't talk yourself out of it. This is like one of the greatest opportunities of our lives, because this fire energy is going to go away. So once Jupiter moves in a couple of months into Capricorn, all we have left is Chiron and Aries, and that's about healing the wounds. Healing the wounds. So this is a great time to remember, Captain Caveman or King Kong, King, what, the line. Back to self, man. It's back to self. Self-empowered. We've got all the tools we need. We've got all the knowledge. What's not, what we don't have, what we don't understand, we can get. We can seek out. We can have it. We can... but to not look at somebody else as like being the holy person, this holy thing, because they have this knowledge. It's like you are the same. You can obtain this knowledge. You are one. You are absolutely one in the same with that knowledge, and one in the same as that other person. There's no difference. There is no separation between you and them. They are you. You are them. You are that. That is you. Yes, Jedi. I don't know. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. Uh-oh. Probably people are going to hate that. As I just made a Jedi comment. Whatever. So that's this new moon. Remembering self. Remembering that you're supported. Remembering that this is a finite time. This is a finite window here. We also, I'll comment this. It's like Mars is giving us a foreshadow. This only happens a couple, every few years. When Mars is leading the pack. It's seeming to be the engine of the train. Right now Jupiter's the caboose. But that's all going to shift in a couple of months here when the sun passes it. And all, it's setting us up. This new moon is setting us up too, because this is this fire energy, and then Mercury's going to follow here in a couple of weeks. Venus is going to follow here in a couple of weeks. And then our personal planets are getting a spark too, because people are like, oh, this, Mercury in detriment, in retrograde. It's been there for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks in a place that it's at its weakest, according to the zodiac. There's been a lot of mental clarity, yes, but it's still technically at a place where it's just like, I need to make moves. I want to get things done. I've got, information, and it's just like, I'm in a submarine. I can only work so fast and get so much done with Mercury in a submarine, in Pisces. So that then this, boom, the fire is coming. So this new moon is a foreshadow, just like Mars is foreshadowing right now. Mars is in Gemini. It's foreshadowing where we're going to be this summer. The energy, this electric energy that we feel, there's like this nag on our shoulders. There's like this half like, I don't want to leave my couch and do anything because there's all this Pisces water energy. And I'm just going to sit here and try to manifest or figure out what the hell's going on in my life. And then there's this other hand over here. It's just like, dude, get up and go. Get up and go. Get up and go. Get up. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Go. You feeling that? Get up and go. It's time to be. Time to just be. We don't have to bring an understanding to everything. Sometimes we just need to be. Be and let be. Be and let be. Accept. Allow and accept. And unpossessive love. Ah, unpossessive love. Just appreciation, right? The 15th degree of Aries. Unpossessive love. I think that's pretty good. We're going to end it there. Have a happy new moon. It's going to be an awesome Friday. It's going to be an awesome Friday. It's going to be an awesome start to the weekend. You know, the moon's going to be in Aries Sunday as well, or Friday and Saturday as well, moving into Taurus, connecting with Uranus, more breakthroughs, breaking through the tradition on Sunday. So it's going to be a great weekend. Stick around for the daily videos. We'll see you tomorrow.